Hi, Jesse. How you doing? Okay, I got your work up. And I disagree. I do not think you're struggling with the pictograms. I think, on the contrary, as a matter of fact, I think you're doing great with the pictograms. At least the pictogram drawings. The pictogram sketches are really good. I think they show some wonderful movement and some really playful depiction of the sports. One of the things I think that you're making a mistake of in the pictograms, the drawings themselves, is you've got these little boxes around them. So you got these little boxes around your pictogram, so you're kind of forcing them into this prescribed area, which to me doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in depicting a sporting event. I think these should be free and able to work with, interact with the background. But it's okay. A lot of pictograms do that. So that's going to end up being your call. Now, as far as the way that these are depicted in the squares, I think that at the very least, you haven't given yourself enough room in the square. So what's end up happening is that you're taking these, let's say this right here inside this square. All right, that's your sketch. All right. So instead of working on that sketch, you've taken that sketch and almost, where is it? And almost duplicated it verbatim digitally, okay? But you've removed the box, so these relationships that are forced by constraining the box around the sketch are still visible in the actual pictogram itself. I agree the pictograms still need help. I think the heads are just enormous. Like this guy here, he would fall over because his head would be too heavy. But these heads, I think, are really throwing off the pictograms themselves. So I would consider that. My suggestion while designing is always to design in black and white. Don't add color because it confuses your mind adding meaning while you're still working on form. You should work on form in black and white while you don't have to introduce any other foreign meaning. I shouldn't say foreign, any other meaning like the addition of color. Okay, your sketches look phenomenal. I thought that this was strong. I did. I thought that it was a little too close to the actual, Viking, the horns on the Viking helmet, which is so cliche. I think that we definitely want to stay away from that. So the sketches look great. Let's jump over to your actual. All right. Now, this is lovely. It really is. However, I find an issue trying to create a logo from a scene, a visual scene. This one based on the attributes of the physical geography of said location. And I think that's a mistake. I think it's better to try to depict things in logo development using, using sign and symbol right there. So I think that's really an important thing for you to consider is try to communicate using symbols and signs as opposed to literal scenes, okay? You've done it wonderfully here, and here. But here, it's just that scene, and it's just, I don't think it's going to work. As far as these go, your experimentation is just really wonderful. I love the physical direction you're going. I really think each of these three has a lot of potential as your final logo. That's very rare in this assignment. Typically, you have one here and there scattered, but to have three that are potentially usable, that's phenomenal. Good job. Personally, I think your answer is right here. Oops, sorry. I think this is your answer. I think that depicting this kind of geometric, shattered visual representation of those igloos, those geometric geodesic dome igloos, I think that's really a cool idea. And also, you mentioned that these are also representing the different colors. Now, to represent the Northern Lights using the same kind of fragmented panels, as it were, from the geodesic spheres of the igloos, I think that's just really phenomenal. So for that reason, I think this is your answer. A couple of suggestions here. Think about color. Okay, you've got some pretty warm color in here. You've got your reds and your yellows. And also, you've got your red in your year. So keep in mind, this is a winter event. Okay, so try to use cool colors. You've used cooler colors over here, and we can clearly see that this is more in line with a winter event based on the color choices than this is with the color choices. I'm not saying I mean, I'm not saying lose the color at all. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying copy this color into this piece. I'm just saying work a little bit with the reds and yellows. If they have to stay, they have to stay. At the very least, I would change the date, the color of the date. What I would like to see you do is you have the mark here, take the Finland 2022, put it under the mark, and then shrink the rings and put it under that. The rings don't have to be very big, maybe less than that size even, for this logo. But so you have mark, Finland 2022, and then the rings, okay? Phenomenal job. You're doing awesome. Good job. Any questions, give me a holler. Thanks.